Some stories are not just stories. They are a terrifying reality, whispered not in words, but in screams. This is the story of Neha, a girl whose innocent face hid a chilling truth. People lovingly called her the Golden Angel, but little did they know she was not an angel. She was a shadow creeping closer, looking for its next prey. Neha's family had just moved to the town. A simple, quiet girl with deep black eyes, who never spoke much. She kept to herself, always watching, always observing. But there was something unsettling about her. Those who looked into her eyes for too long felt a strange uneasiness if she was not just looking at them, but through them. At school, Neha was different. She had no interest in games, no curiosity about the world. But there was one thing she enjoyed: watching people in pain. When a child fell and scraped their knee, she didn't rush to help like others. Instead, she stood still, staring, her lips curling into the faintest smile. That smile would haunt the town forever. One day, during lunch break, a girl named Sonia went missing. The entire school searched for her, but she was nowhere to be found. 2 days later, she was discovered lying in a semi-conscious state in the forest behind the school. When she woke up, her lips trembled, her body shook, and she could only whisper one name.
Neha, but no one believed it. Neha was too sweet, too gentle.
How could she possibly be responsible? Sonia was too traumatized to explain further. Her family, terrified, packed their bags and left the town forever. The case was closed, but the horror had only begun. Days passed, then weeks, but something strange started happening. Anyone who tried to befriend Neha would either fall sick, disappear for days, or lose their mind. It was always different, but the pattern remained. No one blamed her. No one suspected her. After all, she was just a quiet little girl with an angelic face. But then, Inspector Arjun arrived in town, investigating these mysterious cases. As he studied the old files, one thing stood out. Every victim had mentioned the same name, Neha. Arjun wasn't convinced. A child? Behind all this? Impossible. But he decided to check the CCTV footage around the school. And then, he found something that sent a chill down his spine. A video from the previous week showed Neha walking alone on a deserted road. A stray dog approached her, barking loudly. Neha stood still. She smiled, but then something changed. Her face went blank. Her smile disappeared. She slowly crouched, petted the dog gently, and then, without warning, twisted its neck. The dog collapsed, twitching. But Neha just stood there, watching, fascinated like an artist admiring their masterpiece. Arjun's blood ran cold. This is no ordinary child, this is a predator. That night, Arjun followed Neha as she walked toward the abandoned playground behind the school. He watched as she kneeled in the dirt, digging small holes with her hands.
His flashlight, his stomach twisted. Buried beneath the soil were broken toys, torn notebooks, and tiny pieces of children's clothes. So this is her secret, Arjun whispered. Neha turned. For the first time, there was fear in her eyes. She smiled, tilting her head. You shouldn't have seen this, Uncle. Arjun stepped forward, reaching for his handcuffs. But before he could react, she screamed. I'm not crazy. Her body convulsed. She fell to the ground, laughing louder, wilder, more hysterical. Her laughter echoed through the empty playground. Arjun couldn't move. His hands trembled. This wasn't a normal child. This was something else. Neha was taken into custody. Doctors examined her. And what they found was even more horrifying. She suffered from antisocial personality disorder, a condition where people feel no guilt, no remorse. They enjoy pain. They crave destruction. It wasn't a choice. It was a disease. Cruelty was her illness, but we mistook it for innocence. That was Arjun's final note in the report. Neha was sent to a psychiatric hospital, but soon, a rumor started spreading. People swore they could still hear her laughter. Some claimed that on certain nights, if you walked alone near the school, you'd hear a whisper, a giggle, a voice, soft but chilling. I'm still here. Did you hear it too?